Hello, let's start with our today's DSA. Is this amazing visualizer by Chicode, that is dsa.chicode.com. Use this link in the comments to get a 7-day free trial. Okay, so let's start. We completed our 2 pointers. Now this is array and hashing. Okay, we first go to the overview. A hash table. Let's first understand what is a hash table. A hash table answer one question almost instantly. Have I seen this before? And if you want, where and how many times, it's stored keys bucket in bucket chosen by a hash of key. So insertion and lookup is big of n on average. You trade extra memory for speed. Okay, so take this example like 382. Okay. 5. So this is the example. Okay, you can just take here. So in this array, this is the 0th index, this is the first index, this is the second index, this is the third index. Okay, this is its index. The occurrence of every element is exactly 1. Okay, so what is a hash table? Hash table answer, have I seen this before? So a hash table is a data structure, and basically it is a key value pair. It store everything in key value pair. It always map a key with its value. Okay, so it always do it to find an element. So if we just map it like 0 3 in this array, how we map at the 0 index of this array. Let's suppose a or okay, it's more of a q. A, let's suppose a is the array. So a of 0 is 3, a of 1 is 8, a of 2 is 2, a of 3 is 5. In the same way, we store values in the hash map. Okay, it always stores in two things. It always store two things. One is a key, one is a value. It could be like many things as a key value pair we can store. We can store a string, an integer, everything. Okay, so and it is so fast that on average, it if we put any key here and we just try to find the value of that key, it's generally on average take big of 1, and in worst case maybe it take big of n log n. That's it. It is so fast. We don't consider this case because on average we get this, and most of the time we get it in big O of 1. So we do this, not this. So that is mentioned here. A hash table answer one question almost instantly. Have I seen this before? Where or how many times? It's where or how many times. Maybe we can store it as a value like 3. If we take the element of the array 3 as key, like 3, what is the occurrence? 1. Then take 8, what is the occurrence? 1. If again here we got a 8, we just go here and increase it. That's how we can easily find occurrence of each element into this hash table. This is simple hash table. Okay, we trade off memory for extra speed. Here we just make another like a key value pair, so it is take memory. So maximum time the memory is the size of the array or whatever the thing we are doing. So it we trade off memory just for speed. So you can clearly see here mention a set, which is a hash set. It store all the unique element of this array. It just go there, store it. You can clearly see if it is unique, we store it in the set. There are many inbuilt function in many languages to implement this. And simply if we put any query like find 3 at 3, how many times it occurs, like oh okay, so here we does is in index count that 3 at index 0, 8 at index 1, 2 at index 2, 5 at index 3. So when we want anything, like we want to find like in which index the 8 occurs, we just put here, we just make a search in the map that will on average take big O of one space, and it's clearly give us the answer, that is it is in the first index or the index 1. That is in the worst case. In the worst case it take big O of 1. When the collision happen means there are multiple same element, like if we add another 2 at this end, then there will be collision, then we just have to make sure that it the worst complexity become big O of n. If no collision happen, the average time complexity will always be big O of 1. Okay, let's understand it by solving a question. Okay, the question is already the previously we solved it, that is 2 sum, but this time the array is not sorted or we cannot sort the array. Okay, so this is an unsorted find a pair adding target. Given a array of integer and a target, return the indices of two numbers that add up to target. Exactly one solution exists. You may not reuse the element. This is the text, and here are clearly mentioned unsorted. The array will be unsorted. Find pair. Okay, so this is actually the same array. Just copy it. So our target is 10. So we have to find two elements in this array A, so that when we add up to those elements, we get a target 10. Clearly see 8 plus 2 is 10. So we got it. This is the index 1, this is the index 2. How could we get this? What will be the brute force approach? Take all the pair, like use to loop and make all the pair and get the target and match with every time, like okay, take a loop I and start it from the starting, take a loop j and start it from the I plus 1 index. Okay, I started from the 0th index, j started from the I plus 1 index. Now add these two, 3 plus 8, it is not 10, increase j, 3 plus 8 not 10, increase j, 3 plus 2 not 10, increase j, 3 plus 5 not 10, we cannot increase j, so increase the I, and j should be I plus 1, and 8 plus 2, we got our target. Just return these indexes. Let first visualize it. Let's see here. Find two indices I not equal to j with array of I plus array of j equal to 10, because 10 is target here. The array is not sorted, so two pointer won't work directly. So we cannot work directly two pointers. Okay, so maybe you thought let's just sort the array and use the two pointer. But if the question doesn't allow sorting, then we have to find a solution. So the solution and the brute force approach is use to loop. The I is here, this is the I pointer. Now this is the j pointer, j is at 1. Let's see, 3 plus 1 11, it is not equal to target, the target is 10, sum is 11, target is 10, increase j, 3 plus 2 5, not equal to target, increase j, 3 plus 5 8, not equal to target. Now increase the I in the next pass. So fix I at 1, array of, then put j equal to here, I plus j 10. Okay, we match the target, return it. This is very simple. Write the pseudocode for it. Take a function, an array and a target, for loop I started from 0 to n minus 2, and another for loop j started from I plus 1 to n minus 1. Calculate the sum if array of array of I plus array of j equal to target, we get the target. Then just simply return the I and j, like return the indexes, just return the indexes. Let's see it first. It is evaluating. Okay, take time. Actually, okay, actually this there is a server issue. This is the brute force approach. Let's again evaluate it and go to the question to solve it. Okay, just remove it, just solve it, the two sum, and you can clear. This is the two sum problem. Okay, this is the for loop. Use to loop. First take the size, that is nums dot size for int. Okay, okay, there is something wrong in the server side. Okay, let's solve it. Int I equal to 0, I less than n I plus plus or less than n minus 1, because we need two indexes. At last the I can move is there and j it here. We cannot move I here because j is always I plus 1, so we have to stop always I here, because we just need two elements, exactly two elements, not more than two, not less than two. So just do another loop here. If nums of I plus nums of j equal to target, then just simply return the I and j. So here they uses zero base indexing, so we don't have to increase it, okay, by one, or rather at the end return it. Oh, we missed a semicolon. Okay, okay, we are getting some wrong answers. Let's first check it. Yes, because the j is starting from 0 and we have to initialize with I plus 1. Always j should be the next element of I. Just submit it. This should give a TLE. Oh, it's working because the constant are not so hard. Yes, you can see we have it. Now just go to the optimize approach, which is a hash map approach. Okay, so how could we use a hash map here? So this is the solution. So let me just point out it here. So this is the array and this is the target. So suppose we have to find the target. Okay, so 3 is here. Let's suppose 3 is here. How many more number we need to make 3 to 10? Okay, so what we have to add in 3? We have to add 7 to become it 10. So if anyhow 7 lies in this remaining portion, in this remaining portion, if the 7 lies, then we can easily use this 3, okay, and make a target. So we have 3, we need 7. So if 7 stays in this portion, we can easily make it happen to become equal to target. For similar this case, we what we need here? So we need target is 10. So 10 minus 8. How much we need? We need 2. We need 2. We need 2 into this portion. Does we have 2 here? Yes, this is 2. So this index and this index will become the answer because we need 2 here and we found 2 at the remaining portion of the array. Okay, so but for every time we have to find the remainder that is 2, that is 7. We have to find it every time. Okay, or even we can think it like this also. So like come here. Oh, sorry. So this is 3. How much we need? We need 7. Does 7 present in this left side? No. No. Does 7 present in this left side of 3? No. Not present. We need 8. In 8, how much we need? We need 2. Does 2 present in this side? No. This is 2. So 10 minus 2, that is 8. Does 8 present in this side? Yes. Get the index. The index is 1. Get this index. The index is 2. This is our answer. So how could we find this 8? How we can just target minus the element, we get 8, but how could we ensure that the 8 should be present in the left side of 2? How can you ensure that? We can use a map. We can use a map here. How much? A map with the map always uses a pair, so would be the the map should be using value and index pair. Value and index pair. So just use it. Okay, so let's do a map here. Let's just do a map here. It would be value index pair. The map should be a value index pair. Okay, the value and the index pair. This is I. So for 3, what is the value? 3 at index 0, 8 at index 1, 2 at index 2, and 5 at index 3. If we just go here in 3, we got 3. Does target minus 3, that is 7. Does 7 present here? No. We got 8. Does 2 present here? Yes. We got 2. Does 8 present here? Yes. We got 5. Does 5 present here? No. You can say like yes, but we need 2 elements. Okay. So how can we do this? We do all of this by like this. Okay. Okay. Let's just remove it and take another time. So go here 3. 3. What is 10 minus 3? 7. Does 7 present in this map? No. So you don't take it. Go to next. 8. 8 minus 10, 2. Does 2 present here? No. So now get to 2. 2. Does, okay, sorry. So first we go to 3. Does 7 present? Does 7 present? No. Add 3 with index. Does 2 present in this map? No. Put 8 and index 1. Does 8 present in this map? Yes. What is the index? 1. So return the so return 1 and 2, the indexes. This would be our flow. Okay, so let's first visualize it. Inside, for each value of v, its partner is fixed. It must be 10 minus v. So if v is the value or the element, so 10 minus v is always be the partner because 10 is the target. Okay, so in case instead of searching, just remember the value we have passed to the map. Just remember the value and check for the implementation. So first we go to I0 V3. Does 7 already in the map? No. Add 3 comma 0 in the map. So map of 3 is 0. 3 comma 0, we can use it here as map of 3 comma 0. So later we can if we get 7 in the next part, we can easily take this 3 from the map and we can make a pair. Then go to 8. Does 2 already in the map? No. How to? 10 minus 8, 2. So add 8 into the map. This is the map. 3081. Now go to 2. Does 8 already in the map? Yes, 8 is 1. Just answer it and return the answer. And we got it in O of n time. Okay. Let's write the pseudocode. Function array and a target. Take a map that is an empty map. It should be value comma index pair. Okay, take a for loop starting from 0 to n minus 1. Just calculate the remainder which you will doing here, like this 7, this 2, this 8. This is remainder. This is 10 minus the element, or you can say like array of I, and we can even, this is not 10, this should be target. I just take a t here. So this should be the formula, target minus the element. Okay, so first calculate like the remainder, how many remaining portion that we need, that is target minus that element. Okay, then if this remainder present in map, if this remainder already present in map, so just return the map of remainder. This will bring us the index because we put it in a value comma index pair and I, that is the current index. These two add up, these two index add up and bring us the target. Okay, so and then if we don't find it, what we did, we just insert the current element to the map, that is map of array of I equal to I. So this will be the total function. Okay, let's evaluate it. Okay, we nailed it. Let's solve it here. Okay, first take the size. This will help us. Nums dot, okay, nums dot size. Then take a map, like take a map of int comma int. Okay, let's take it as mp. So it will be value comma index I, index pair. This map, the first index will always represent the value, and the second one at the map always represent the index of that value in the nums. So just do a for loop. From 0 to n, just go there and first calculate the remainder. What is the remainder? Remainder is target minus nums of I. Okay, if the remainder present in the map. So if the mp dot find, so in the map find the remainder if it not equal to mp dot end. This is a complete C++ syntax, and that's told go to the map, find this remainder if 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 it's become equal to. Okay, that's mean we got end of the map. That's mean that the value is not present. It is not equal to means the value is present. In this case, done map of, okay, in mp of remainder comma that index. So map, we just found the value in the map, then we got the index using this. Because this is a value index pair, so first we get the value of the remainder in the array in the map, and then find the index using this map of remainder, then also the current index. Okay, so else if we don't find it, just store the element to the, so map of nums of I is become I. So this will create another instance in the map like we created here. In value would be 3, we got the value here using nums of I, and the index that will be at I. So at the end we can return an empty array, although we don't need because exactly one solution always present. So this will be, this we will solve it in using a map. So just run it. The submitted, it should work. Yes, it's working. So we just traverse the array only once, so the time complexity will become big O of n. N is the size of the nums. And also, okay, also we are using a map. This is a data structure, and in the worst case the size of map can be big O of n. So the time complexity will become big O of n, and the space complexity will become big O of n. And in this way we can solve this. If the two-sum array is not sorted, or we are just told that don't use any sort function or sort the array and find it, then this should be the best solution or the most optimal solution when the array is not sorted. You can clearly see here the unsorted. When the array is not sorted, we have to use this map as a optimal solution. Okay, that's it for today. Use the link, use this link for sign up to get a 7-day free trial. 7-day, use this link. So, and use this visualizer that is really amazing by tsa.chicot.com. Thank you.